Sometimes kindness shows up when you least expect it. Sometimes it happens on an ordinary road, on an ordinary day, and quietly changes two lives forever. I didn't know it at the time, but stopping my car that afternoon would lead to one of the most meaningful moments of my life. Before we begin, if you enjoy real-life inspired stories that restore faith in humanity, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this channel grow and allows us to keep sharing stories like this on your channel name. It was late afternoon, one of those calm days when the sky feels wide and open. I was driving back home after a long shift at work. Nothing dramatic, nothing special, just another day where I was tired and ready to eat whatever my mom had cooked for dinner. About a mile from my house, I noticed a car pulled over on the side of the road. The hood was up. A young woman stood next to it, arms crossed, looking frustrated and a little scared. Cars were passing by, but no one was stopping. I slowed down. For a moment, I hesitated. I had places to be. I was tired, and to be honest, stopping to help a stranger always carries a bit of uncertainty. But something about the way she kept glancing down the road made my chest tighten. She looked alone. I pulled over. "Hey," I said, keeping my voice calm. "Everything okay?" She shook her head and gave a small, embarrassed smile. "Not really. My car just died. I think it overheated. I called roadside assistance, but they said it'll be at least 2 hours." I looked around. The road was quiet. Fields on both sides, no nearby houses. 2 hours felt like a long time to wait alone. "I can take a look," I said. "I'm not a mechanic, but my uncle taught me a few basics." She laughed softly. "At this point, I'll take any help." I checked under the hood. It was obvious this wasn't going to be a quick fix. Something serious was wrong. I closed the hood and sighed. "I don't think it's going anywhere today," I admitted. "But I live close by. You don't have to stand out here alone." She looked at me carefully, weighing her options. I could see the hesitation in her eyes, and I didn't blame her. "My name's Jake," I added quickly. "I live with my mom just down the road. You can wait there until the tow truck comes. My mom will love you. She never lets anyone leave hungry." That made her laugh for real this time. "I'm Emily," she said. "And thank you, I didn't know what to do." On the drive to my house, we talked a little. She had recently moved to town for work. She didn't really know anyone yet. Today was her first week at a new job, and this was not how she expected the day to end. When we pulled into my driveway, my mom noticed immediately. She stepped outside, wiping her hands on a kitchen towel. "Who's this?" she asked, smiling warmly. "This is Emily," I said. Her car broke down. Before I could say anything else, my mom hugged her. Not a polite hug, a real one. "Oh, honey," she said. "You must be exhausted. Come inside." Emily's eyes filled with tears, and she quickly looked away, clearly trying not to cry. Inside, my mom did what she does best. She made tea, she reheated dinner, she asked questions without being nosy and listened without interrupting. Emily slowly relaxed, her shoulders dropped, she smiled more. Over dinner, she opened up. She told us about moving away from her family, about feeling lonely, about how overwhelming it was to start over somewhere new. She admitted that standing alone on the side of the road had made her feel small and invisible. "I kept thinking," she said quietly, "if something bad happened, no one would even know I was here." The room went silent for a moment. My mom reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "You're not invisible," she said. "Not here, not anywhere." When the tow truck finally arrived, it was already dark outside. Emily stood in the doorway, looking like she didn't want to leave. "I don't know how to thank you," she said. "You didn't have to do any of this." I shrugged. "It's just kindness." She shook her head. "No, it's more than that." Before she left, my mom packed her leftovers just in case and made her promise to text when she got home safely. Over the next few weeks, Emily stayed in touch. Sometimes she'd text just to say hi. Sometimes she'd ask for advice. Eventually, she came over for dinner again. And again. She became part of our routine. What surprised me most was how much that one decision changed me. Stopping that day reminded me that kindness isn't about grand gestures. It's about noticing. It's about choosing to care when it would be easier not to. Emily later told me that day had changed her too. She said it gave her hope when she needed it most. It made her believe that starting over didn't mean starting alone. Months later, she introduced us to her parents when they came to visit. Her mom hugged my mom and said, "Thank you for taking care of my daughter when I couldn't." I realized then how far kindness travels, how one small act can ripple outward in ways we'll never fully see. That broken down car wasn't just a problem on the side of the road, it was a moment waiting for compassion, and all it took was stopping. Kindness doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like pulling over. Sometimes it looks like a warm meal. Sometimes it looks like saying, "You're safe here." If this story reminded you of the power of simple goodness, carry it forward. Hold the door, make the call, stop the car. You never know whose life you might change, or how much your own will change in return. And that's how kindness keeps moving, one ordinary moment at a time.